Alright, so I'm out here today with Jaime and Fernando at Ken's place, trying to figure out what old Volkswagen Jaime's going to pick up. But thought I would do a little bit better walk around of this old Fastback. Is she rough? Yes, she's rough. Is she weird? Yes, she's weird. Is she cheap? Yep, she's cheap. Probably the biggest issue I see on this thing is right here. Don't know what happened there. Looks like it probably sat under a tarp, kind of like my old Carmagia convertible. But yeah, this car definitely is savable by the right person. So if you're interested, hit us up. Let's see if we've got a VIN tag here. I probably just made a pretty big mistake of closing that door. There we go. Alright, so looking down in here, obviously it's been sitting for a long time. It's got a lot of potential. You know, let's see if we can. Doesn't seem to be too rusty. Let's go around to the other side. It's a little bit caved in here. That's hilarious. Anybody who follows the channel knows I like old stickers. That appears to have said, "My Mercedes." Yeah, buddy, not a Mercedes. A little bit of cave in here, a little bit of cave in here, but nothing creased. Seems like it should be good and workable. All right, now, hi everybody. All right, so passenger pan gone. That's channels though. Channels are solid. Pans are easy, channels are not. Man. Had the armrest. Yes, Type 3 interior kits are ridiculously expensive, but you know, if you wanted this car, probably less than $1,000. It's got pop outs. Let's see if we can look under the hood. All right, looks good and solid. Obviously, just a bunch of dust. Doesn't appear to have any issues up in here. All right, so early front bumper, correct late rear bumper. Appears to have, that's what it is. It's got early front fenders on it. All right, so you see what you get, and what you see is what you get. Hit us up if you're interested, folks. Thanks. All right, so Jaime reached out not too long ago asking if I knew anybody who had any cheap, solid, buildable bugs. Didn't care so much about the year, and I said, yeah, I do. So Ken has this 69, no engine, Has a little bit of pan rust, but only, it's weird, it's the little bit of pan rust on the driver's side, none on the passengers. The car was originally red, repainted yellow. For the money, this is the one I would go for. It's got pop-out windows, solid, no rust, small patch on the driver's side pan and you'd be good to go. Comes with a core engine. Hit me up in the comments what you think a solid car like this with title would be worth. Alright, so I have talked about this car in the past. This car hit a horse on White Sands Missile Range. It's a 64. Could you imagine? Look where that dash ended up. Of course, this car had low backs, nothing to protect your head. Actually, you know what? This is not a 64 because it has tall windows.
65 maybe?
Probably 65.
I don't remember.
Definitely not a 66 because it doesn't have the 1300 badge.
Title for it for all that's worth. It's got a title and it's got a good VIN number. You can whack it out of there and weld it into something else.
Nice. Yeah, could you imagine? Look at the damage on that thing. So this is also a 69.
Yeah, I like these. I like the way those look better than the big squared off ones.
Yep, if I'm gonna do a four-lug era car, it's gotta have the smaller turn signals. Those big ugly ones are just that, big and ugly.
Yeah. Safety compliant to get them into the U.S.
Yep. So again, another solid car. So it's always funny when I'm out here at Ken's, the things I see that I've never seen before, because there's just piles and piles of stuff. So there are multiple cut off rear sections with transmissions. This one's running a Chevy 5 pattern. Obviously set up to be a trailer at some point, but I have absolutely no idea why it would still have a transmission in it. Then you come over to this one. It's got a tongue welded on it of some sort.
I don't have a title for that remnant trike. I might.
Oh, these were for trikes. That's what it is. I forgot Ken's Volkswagen motorcycle guy. That's nuts. Old radio flyer. And as every radio flyer should have, it's got a tow strap on the front to drag people around. I always just have to take a look at things out here because you never know what something is. And I always got to watch for snakes. What are we? Oh, we're old Chevy. Don't know what that is. Well, Ford. Guess an old flathead. Transmission. Ken's just been collecting stuff out here forever. Again, this was Ken's from brand new. Let's see. Harley Davidson, Yamaha, American Welding School member. Nope, American Welding Society member. So again, the story on this is in 1973, Ken's parents sent him up to Albuquerque to learn to weld so that he would get out of trouble, because apparently he was selling pot. So his parents sent him to welding school and bought him this truck to go to welding school, and he's owned it ever since. And now he's ready to sell it. Super, super solid. Obviously it has sat here and gotten weather beaten. Check out that sticker. World of Wheels. 600 South Main Street, Roswell, New Mexico. If I remember correctly, that is the shop that Ken and his cousin Jimmy worked at for Old Man Jenkins, who is very famous for having collected Volkswagens and Porsches until the early 2000s, when he sold just about everything, a bunch of 356s and a bunch of old buses. Old Man Jenkins is now in his late 90s. I've been told we're going to get to go interview him coming up, but we'll see how that goes. Alright, so there you have it. There's the old Datsun.
Time he heard a coffee grinder. He didn't know what to make about that.
You gotta love when there's old 40 horses just stuck up under the trailer.
Coffee machine was something too.
Might have to pull these out and see if we can get them to turn.